The food production and labor industry have been highly impacted by the introduction of GMOs since the mid-1990s. Studies and theories have shown possible links between the use of GMOs in various foods, such as fruits and vegetables, and the rise of food-related allergies and other health problems. According to the Institute for Responsible Technology, the IRT, a GMO, genetically modified organism, is the result of a laboratory process where genes from the DNA of one species are extracted and artificially forced into the genes of an unrelated plant or animal. The foreign genes may come from bacteria, viruses, insects, animals, or even humans. Because this involves the transfer of genes, GMOs are also known as transgenic organisms. This process may be called either genetic engineering, GE, or genetic modification, GM. The first GMO was created by Herbert Boyer and Stanley Cohen in 1973, with the insertion of plasma from one bacteria into another, creating a sort of resistance in the genetic makeup in the presence of an antibiotic. The first genetically modified crop was engineered in 1982 with an antibiotic-resistant tobacco plant. However, the first GMO that was approved in the United States was an insect-resistant potato. Although GMOs are now banned in certain countries in Europe and a few other locations, the IRT claims that the FDA in the U.S. does not even require the labeling of GMOs in food ingredient lists. The use of GMOs in crops clearly demonstrates the significance of profitability and the capitalistic intentions of those in control of the crop industry. There were never any tests or trials held to see if GMOs were actually safe for humans and animals to consume. The dangers of GMOs have been glossed over because of their commonality and presence in the food production industry. 9 genetically modified crops that are available today include squash, cotton, soybean, corn, papaya, alfalfa, sugar beets, canola, potato, and finally apples, which were just released and launched in the fall of 2017. Although there are only currently 9 crops, many packaged foods that are distributed throughout the country are derived from these ingredients. Various studies have shown links between food allergies and the use of GMOs. Children born after the 1990s show a significant increase in food allergies and sensitivity towards certain products. There are also a few studies that show links to GMOs and ADHD. The presence of smaller supermarkets that carry organic, GMO-free, locally grown produce throughout New York City demonstrates the relationship between GMOs and socioeconomic status. Neighborhoods with lower incomes carry larger, more commercial supermarkets and larger amounts of products containing GMOs, whereas wealthier neighborhoods have a significantly higher number of supermarkets carrying less GMO products. Therefore, those with a lower socioeconomic status are more likely to consume produce filled with GMOs, whereas those with a higher socioeconomic status can actively choose not to purchase these products. It is this imbalance in supermarket dispersion, as well as the foods that they carry, that demonstrates the dangerous distribution of GMOs, particularly in supermarkets in areas with lower incomes. The issue of GMO distribution throughout the city can be solved in various ways, beginning with the licensing and zoning of supermarkets. The affordability of organic supermarkets is another problem entirely, although beginning with an increase in the availability and accessibility of these supermarkets is a first step. The complete removal of GMOs from the produce industry is highly unlikely, but perhaps a reduction is possible. Some restaurants and large food chains have decided on the removal of GMOs and other ingredients like antibiotics from their products. Although major food chains like Panera, Chipotle, McDonald's, and Pepsi show significant strides in the reduction of these ingredients, the emphasis of activism should be focused on the sources of food throughout the entire country, supermarkets.